Look, to go to a different topic, this immigration scandal, the Daily Telegraph, a big exclusive today, reports that the Labor government actually doesn't know how many detainees are wearing ankle bracelets. They're unable to confirm. And, you know, Bronwyn, this has, in a way, really shocked the Labor government. They didn't expect this was going to blow up into a scandal after the High Court decision. And it did take kind of a few days for the opposition hammering them with questions. First, for them to introduce legislation that meant the criminals could have ankle bracelets, but now no one seems to be monitoring who's wearing them and who's not.
Look, I've never seen such a mess as a government. I've seen quite a few. This one takes the cake. It's got ministers who are not on top of their portfolios. It's got a mantra that says, it's not our fault, it's all their fault. They have not taken responsibility for anything. Even the minister herself, when she was asked...
Claire O'Neill,
when she was asked about this question of the bracelets, oh, well, that's all Mr Giles' fault. You know, it's his responsibility. She has not been responsible to take responsibility for anything. So it's time she resigned or was sacked, one or the other, and put in someone with some knowledge. There was a warning back in June when Justice Gleeson, who's the daughter of the former Chief Justice Gleeson, who was one of the people who voted 20 years ago that it was unconstitutional, gave a warning and said, this isn't looking good. At that moment, they should have tweaked. From that moment, there should have been a whole series of alternatives put in place so that when that judgment came down, if it was adverse, then they immediately had a strategy and legislation ready to go.
to protect the community.
Yes. But none of that's done because there is no structure to the government.
Yeah.
It was all the voice, and once he got the voice up, the next thing was, oh, it worked, we put up a proposition, didn't give them any facts, so we whizzed it through. Next we'll do the Republic, and then my job's done, I'm terrific in history. Well, that blew up, didn't it?
You know, you watch this and you think, it's actually too ridiculous to be accidental. The incompetence is too ridiculous to be accidental. The number one reason federal government exists is for the protection of the people. And on this, they have failed. And you look and you say, well, the minister responsible, I mean, she's just a bunny in the headlights on this. You look, I mean, remember where she was with Donald Trump Jr.? Yeah, she's quick on Twitter saying childish things.
Exactly.
She still thinks she's playing a game. I'm sorry, madam, this is the real game. This is the real deal here. And you're letting Australians down and you're leaving people who should be protected by the government. That's your job. You're leaving them exposed.
Jason, just very quickly, this is the biggest issue that's probably cut through to the Australian public. What do you think?
Well, it just says they don't care. They don't, and I keep going to this. The number one reason we have Commonwealth government, because we've got so many other levels of government in this country, the number one reason we have is protection of the people. And they fail on that front, and that's an indicator that they don't give a rat's. And, you know, and if that's how you're going to be judged for your time in government, you can have all the selfies you want all around the world with every leader, but if you can't guarantee the Australian people that when it comes to the crunch that you'll be there to protect them, you've failed, and they are failing.
Well, the words in the Constitution are that they should govern for the peace, welfare and good government for the people of Australia. That's what they're required to do. And the Constitution's very clear on that, doesn't need interpretation at all.
Bronwyn Bishop, Jason Morrison, thank you both
Thanks.
so much for your time today.